Good to go.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Do it. Good morning, good afternoon, grand rising, everybody. Today is Tuesday, October 1st. Go ahead and like this video, share it with your friends, subscribe. Today we have a very special training. Clearly, I'm doing the greeting today because Jarrett McAllister is handling some business, but he'll be on shortly. And special hello to Tom, who is in, Tom, where are you? Paris, France? Where are you?
Wherever I am, it's pretty nice here. No, we're in Nice, France. I was going to be on the rooftop for this. The sun is kind of setting outside, but it was super loud up on the roof. So I'm
All
back in
right.
the room, and Christy, my wife, is out walking on the beach right now.
Pretty neat. You can work virtually, run some business, have some income, and travel the world for the next, what, 4 or 5 weeks?
Yep, we'll be back first week of November.
My brother's been traveling all year, and he's flying to Paris later today. And even our very own Irene, Waylon, and Megan are in Greece right now. I believe it's sunset in Greece. You know what's bad? Irene is actually, that's her in Greece right now, trying to get in some work on her laptop in Greece. Irene, if you're watching this, stop freaking working. You're in Greece.
That was me last night. We were having dinner on the beach, and I was requesting proposals and texting people and enjoying the sunset and the good food.
Why not? Why not? All right, guys. So as always, we're going to kick this off with some success stories, a motivational quote, and I'm going to dive into some updates and get to today's training. So if you have a success story, closed a deal, you got a referral, you presented a deal, you signed up a new seller, an ambassador, maybe you had a big payout, a job's moving really quickly, you sold a SUNNOVA deal, you beat competition. We want to hear about it. So let us know a few clues how you got that deal or how you overcame the objection or the competition or you did the follow-up to get that deal. So if you have a success story, type it in the chat or raise your hand. I know there's lots of them out there. I know, Cynthia, you've closed 2 deals in the last day or two. Maybe you want to share a little motivation and success about your deals that you're closing right now.
Yeah, so I closed, I had 2 Spanish appointments, you guys. I am not fully bilingual, but I do understand Spanish fluently, so I'm practicing my Spanish. So it was nice to do a full consultation in Spanish and realize that I'm actually fully fluent and I can sell in Spanish just fine. So yeah, so we closed 2, one with Matthew Tiffany. Thank you for the tag on that. Appreciate it. That was someone who we didn't have a bill. We didn't have an appointment yet. And then we got them on the calendar same weekend, booked it for a sit. And then, yeah, that's it. So a couple closed. Purchases, because the purchasing is looking great now with the price drop on the Teslas. So both purchases on those.
Awesome. Nice work. Great collaboration. And I know you ran an in-person appointment for me a few days ago. That's looking like we're going to be winning that deal soon as well. So nice work. Nice work. Jared, let's move to you. What successes do you have this week, my friend?
Yeah, we had a good week. So I had a client from my old life that we were never able to get the solar done come back, and we were able to get him all taken care of and get solar and Tesla Powerwall 3 done for him. So we ended up closing that, and he became an ambassador. So he's super excited about sharing the message. It's got a huge Rolodex of people. And then I'm starting to be kind of, you guys, the virtual guys, right? So on Sunday, I did a Zoom, one call close, came through an ambassador, and we were able to take somebody who was a non-believer in solar and convert them. And we closed right there during the presentation. So he's off and running and taking care of them. So great week. Great week.
Nice one, Jarrett. Yeah, I definitely feel a lot of motivation and excitement coming off of Florida Power World. These new tools like the Tesla Powerwall, the meter collar bus that's been approved, the pricing we have on loans and SUNNOVA, guys, it's awesome. And half of the big companies are no longer in business. Like, what more do we want now with the new rollouts of COGS Plus and everything? I'm feeling it. So keep the energy up because it's an amazing time. What else we got out there?
I got one for you, something interesting. You know, I'm visiting the Carolinas, and we had this major storm that came through here, and a lot of people are having lots of damage on their roofs, trees fall through. And with another partner in the company here, reaching out to people. I actually have 2 appointments tomorrow in North Carolina for people who want not just solar, but backup batteries. Going through this crazy times with this crazy weather, having a backup battery is becoming more and more important to them. So I have 2 appointments tomorrow because of the hurricane. Kind of crazy.
Yes, as much as we don't like these crazy weather events in Texas and Carolina and Florida, they are great opportunities to help protect people and get them storage. And SUNNOVA and other vendors are doing a great job doing that, especially if there's blackouts or fires, guys. People need this, want this more than ever. So we have a right to get out there and help them. Thank you, Scott, for sharing. Do we have any other success stories? I'll say one thing real quickly. I had a lady reach out to me in 2019 about solar on Facebook, Diamond Bar Group, and she didn't sign up. Well, she signed with me a few days ago for a SUNNOVA lease with 2 Tesla Powerwalls. Another gentleman, same thing. They didn't sign up a few years ago, reached out to me. I'm presenting to his brother. I'm presenting to his friend. I'm presenting to another friend. And then he's going to get with his parents and sign up as well. So you never know. Everyone is feeling the pain right now. And with the tools and options we have, we can just crush all the competition. All right, well, let's go ahead and keep moving here. Jarrett McAllister wanted me to share this, guys. It's a fundraiser for a diver here, and this gentleman helps find loved ones. So he's doing this event October 5th, 5 to 8 p.m. It's in Stockton. And reach out to Jarrett McAllister for more information. I'm not sure if he's on here right now. But take a screenshot of this, reach out to him. This is a really good fundraising charity event. We're just trying to support some of our own friends and family in the power community here. So I wanted to do a little plug for Jarrett.
Yeah, Jared Foster is on here,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
he's doing great work with this, with his team. And Jared, do you want to just share for 20-30 seconds about the work that you're doing? It's just so cool.
Thank you very much. I really appreciate this. And yeah, so we were able to create a nonprofit called Angels Recovery Dive Team. And what we've been doing is Juan Heredia, as you see here, has been a diver for over 30 years. And we get called out. And right now this year, we've gotten tons of news coverage on this. But for this last year, we've been able to bring closure to 6 families by diving into places like Pinecrest and the Kern River and, throughout the Delta. And this has been something that, Powur has allowed me to do because of the platform. So I'm operating as vice president of the nonprofit. He's the founder. I've been on pretty much all of his dives, but what we're doing is we've created the nonprofit to help these families. And, things like support, therapy and education and food, because most of the times the families will just sit at the river waiting to get answers. And so we've been able to go in and search and recover these people, the bodies of these people, basically, and been able to, where they were going to have to wait 3 or 6 months to have peace, we were able to do it in 4 hours. So again, this is our first fundraiser event that we're doing. Anything it's helpful, again, it goes to the family, and it's there to help support them and allow us to keep doing what we're doing and bringing closure to the family. So thank you so much for giving me some time.
Thank you, Jared. Thanks for all your work too. I know that it comes at a personal cost sometimes too, not just financial, but other stuff with that too. So
Yeah.
thanks for everything you're doing there.
Thank you.
All right, you're muted, Jonathan.
Thank you, Tom. I was just saying, feel free to drop a link in the chat for the Venmo or the invite as well. Rounding off the success stories, just wanted to say congrats to our top 30 impact journey winners. This is pretty exciting. In just about 32 days or so, they'll be traveling down to Mexico to build another home for a family in 2.5 days. And then they'll be wined and dined in the best resorts, zip lining, restaurants, in the vineyards of Valle de Guadalupe. It's really life-changing, not just for the family receiving the home, but the people that are building this home. So just a big shout out to all the names on here that were in the top 30 impact winners. Tom, do you have a quote for us
I got
today?
a little French quote, and you may want to jump in here too, Jonathan, because it relates to the text that you shared that Jonathan Budd sent to you after you sent him some information on a company that went public. But yeah, this quote, I'm not going to try to pronounce it in French, even though I listened to it like 500 times earlier today trying to remember it. But I put it in the chat here. So in English, the literal translation of this is, to win without risk is a triumph without glory. And that refers to how high stakes wins are better than easy ones or ones with no risk. Overcoming a challenge that actually challenges you is better than easily accomplishing something without any friction or challenge. In English, we would say, you may be thinking of it already, no guts, no glory, right? And I wanted to mention that because, you know, these next 2 quarters that we are going into are going to be in Powur, one of our greatest challenges and also greatest opportunities. There's a lot of dynamics that are happening in the solar industry, and there's lots of variables at play. And, you know, for those of you who were at Powur World or maybe got a little taste of the rewind that we did with Cami, if you haven't watched that yet, be sure to watch it. We are set up to help so many more people, so much more better now than we have in the past with COGS Plus, with our platform model. But there's a lot of things in our industry that are happening. Jonathan mentioned half of the companies are now out of business. But, you know, no guts, no glory. We've got a huge opportunity to come out of, you know, what has been a real downturn in the industry, in a much better position with our company, you know, with higher market share, you know, on track to go public with an IPO. And Jonathan, you may want to jump in here too, but and talk about NVIDIA. But I just want you all to think about, imagine the abundance that we can bring to people who are on this platform now, all of you and others who believed in the vision of bringing clean energy to thousands of more homes, you know, around the country, and who fought, because it's not always easy, right? And who fought for that vision, you know, through this time right now.
Yeah, Tom, thanks for the reminder. I was texting Jonathan Budd over the weekend, and I don't like to bring up religion or politics, so I won't directly, but I had some messages on Sunday, and it was like I had to just message Jonathan Budd. You know, a few of these things here, we've been at this 5 years, guys. We've had ups and downs, like challenges, like any good relationship, right? And so these kind of messages on to me over the weekend was like, stand the line, stand firm, lock together, dig in, don't give up. Like we had all advanced together, interlocked in a community, willing to work together, have faith that we're going to get to where we want to get, even when there's fear in the industry, in business, in relationships. You have to suffer for success and fulfillment and reward. And even if people talk crap, even if you lose popularity, even if they think you're weird, even if, right? I mean, just look at Joel Gossett. He could be at any company and he's making millions at Powur, just being an absolute stud and a model of success. And this is an image that I sent Jonathan Budd. NVIDIA employees, 76% are now millionaires. You know how many years it took them to get there? What is it, Tom? Like 17, 19, 20 years, never giving up. And now there's just 1 in 3s over 20 million. I mean, this is a possibility for Powur. If you invest in the WeFunder, we're going to talk about in a second, there is a chance that you could come out, if you watch Cammie's update, there's a chance that you could come out worth tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of dollars. And we're all going to do this together. You guys, Tom, Rhino, Irwin, Joel, Jay, but everybody is going to do this together. So that's all I have to say. I'm more motivated than ever with the tools and the updates and the industry and accomplishing this than I ever have before. And I'm just super pumped that you're all doing it with us together. I don't care if you sell 10 deals a year or 150. Like we're going to make this happen. So
Agreed.
yeah. All right. That's enough woo-woo for today. Hope you guys like that. Let me know if you agree in the chat. Put a 1, put yes, put you're on board as well. All right. Got a few updates for you. Thank you, Tom. And then we're going to get into the open solar training today. So bear with me, guys. We have so many updates lately. I hope you read your newsletter. I first want to start off by saying the Power Up program, 4 months with Joel Gossett, Danny Pesci. It's $19.97 for 4 months. You guys get live coaching calls, tickets to team building events, private community chat. You get access to Danny's training. And for our team, Solar Warrior Tribe and Power Hitters, for the next 7 days, they are going to do a buy one, get one half off. So you can get 2 entries to their program for 4 months for just $1,500. Okay, so reach out to Joel Gossett, reach out to Danny Pesci. Guys, these are 7-figure earners in the solar industry. Joel just took first place in the summer sales contest, and you can get some of their time. Their time's worth $500 an hour, straight up. And so to get a 4-month program for just $1,500, kind of a no-brainer. So make sure to invest in yourself. If this is too much, stay tuned for next week. We have a special announcement. A few of us leaders are going to be doing a 60 to 90 day blitz. There is going to be a tiny fee to entry, but we're going to be doing another version as well. We'll announce next week, but I highly recommend reach out to Danny, Joel, $1,500, buy one, get one half off. All right. Future trainings next week to be determined. And then on the 14th of October, our Grand Slam event, Rhino, Cammie, Emmett Summers, CEO Jonathan Budd, a team building event you can recruit and build into. Next week on Tuesday, after the Grand Slam, operations and maintenance will be on this Tuesday in 2 weeks, excuse me. You're going to learn about Dan DiFiore's team, operations, maintenance, post PTO, what happens when those systems need some love. And then another Grand Slam event, 1028 to build your business, Zach Edgardo, Jonathan Budd again, and a Power Day event, November 9th. So let's make sure to finish the year strong. Check out these events right here. This is in your email. Take a screenshot of this. These are the next few events. And if you did see the new business presentation last night with Charles, type it in the chat, yes, or what you thought, because it's a pretty nice new business showcase that we rolled out at Power World. A few more updates here. I'm already literally super excited for Vegas. I want to do events in person leading up to this. I want to be in this Summerlin Red Rock house for the next 12 months, guys. If you want to come visit, plan an event, visit the installer, RG Electric down the street, do a team building event, come party. It's Vegas, baby. This is next year. This is going to be our best Power World yet. So I'm already super pumped. And the tickets are extremely cheap right now before they go up in price. So go to powerconvention.com/tickets. Get your discounted ticket. Commit to yourself the next 12 months. You're going to grind it out, build your business, be there with your team. And there's no other option, really. Let's move on to the WeFunder so you can be an investor. A few of you guys had questions on how this works. I encourage you to watch Cammie's training that she did recapping Power World. We have an opportunity to go to wefunder.com/power. Put this in the chat. To invest in the company. So what does that mean? Read the website on the WeFunder, go through the details, but here's the short of it. You have an opportunity to buy shares at just 100 million valuation. That equates to $3.87. Guys, Power is worth way more than 100 million. We're worth 400 million at 1.5 multiplier. Like, we should be 600 million company. In 3 to 4 years, we'll be $1 billion company, and then we'll go public at 1.5 multiplier, and then we're all rich. But seriously, $3.87 is what you get to buy shares for today at 100 million valuation. So when we go public, you get to exercise those shares. If it's 1,000 shares at $3.87, you get to buy the shares at $3.87, even though they're going to be worth $15, $20, $25, $40 a share. So that's how that works. If you invest $1,000, you get a pin and a t-shirt. 2,500, you get an all-in ticket to Power World. That's a no-brainer. And then for 5,000, if you have the funds, you get Seller Pro membership, $175 a month for free for 1 year if you have $5,000. You can see the other benefits here. This is the updated benefits when you invest this dollar amount. To invest $25,000 or more, you have to be a certified investor worth $1 million or make 200 grand for the last few years. And there's qualifications and forms to fill out to do 25 or more. And that's a different fundraising round. So I believe if you have questions, type them in the chat. The goal plan and the roadmap is to try to go public in 4 years. And that's all explained in Cammie's recap video that I'm going to share here in just 1 second. 2 more updates for you. The first 15% is already off to the races. Guys, I have deals that I sold over the weekend. They're already assigned to the installer. They're being called today for site survey. The dashboard looks so pretty. Sure, there might be a mistake or two, or there's 200 jobs that are from the old sale to the new dashboard. So just bear with it for the first month or two. It's going to be a little bit choppy until we get to the finish line there, but it is already moving and looking so much better. I even had to sign a document in the new document portal yesterday for a SUNNOVA deal. I had to sign a battery addendum. I'm sorry, HOA addendum. Monty did realize that us sellers were not receiving the confirmation DocuSign. That bug has been fixed and addressed. So moving forward, when we use the document signing portal, we should be getting confirmation for the signing. So that's really, really awesome. And then lastly here, please watch the Power World Recap by Cami. All the slides that she shares, the details on IPO, COGS Plus, the new pathways for tier 1, tier 2, tier 3. It's a 2-hour training. It's tremendous with all the updates, the new 80/20 compensation plan that you can unlock and achieve. If you have the $85 seller role, that's the one that qualifies for that. So please watch all of the updates from Cami as far as that goes. And like I said, if you have further questions, type them in the chat. We have a few leaders that can help answer them. So for today, I'm very passionate about open solar. You may have seen some Facebook posts that I've done. And regardless if you're in certain parts of the country, you're selling in other states, you're selling in California, this is going to be beneficial to you. Open Solar is a free website. It's a free design tool that you can all go register for a free account today. And as consultant professionals that are knowledgeable and differentiating yourself from the competition, it's really important to have tools in your tool belt, right? I'm sure you open Google Maps and Street View and look at trees or look at the neighbors that have solar, and you do a proposal and you're educated and you're standing out against the competition or those kids that knock doors at Sunrun and try to slam leases on people. So as the educated professional, Open Solar is just another tool in your tool belt to check your numbers, check shading, show the homeowner a picture of the design, look at the battery and the NEM 3 in California if you're doing that as well. So I'm really passionate about it. And lastly, guys, SUNNOVA this month, I believe maybe today, when you use their auto design tool, if you use the backend system, they are launching Open Solar API. They literally are going to have Open Solar API in the SUNNOVA auto design tool. We'll hear more from that from Jay and the team in a few weeks when we have them on. Powur Vision, you know, maybe by Q1, we're looking to have some possible open solar capabilities as well. So really cool tool. Let's go ahead and dig into it. So I'm going to start off by just showing you how it works. Here's a house with an address, and there's a little bit of shading going on. So I'm going to use this as an example. So here we go. This is Open Solar. And literally, it's just home, projects are the two tabs that I use the most. So we're going to enter an address here. And that's the address. So I'm going to hit Create Project. Now I can enter the homeowner's info if I want to. I can enter the energy usage monthly. I recommend doing monthly consumption energy. You can click design. And in just a second, it's going to pop up this automated 3D design. So here we go. It actually uses LiDAR, so you can see the trees and the shading. It pulls it up, so it's very advanced shading. I'm going to hit Add Panels, and I'm going to search for a module. Maybe you're selling the 425 watt Jinko. Maybe you're selling 410 watt Q-cell. You can type in your module and then hit Select. So now I'm going to add panels. It automatically detects north facing or south facing, as you see here. Like 95% of the time, this tool works just fine. So I'm going to add panels in the south. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. On the left here, you can see summary. So you'll be able to see like the system size, 10 panels, 4.2 kilowatt, because we selected those Jinkos. Ignore the cash price right now. And I haven't put in, you know, their energy usage, but it's outputting 6,285 kilowatts per year. If I click on the array, it says 85% sun access because of some of the shading that's going on here. So this is very handy. If you think vision might be a little bit low in shading, if you're not sure what the production is, if you want to just use another tool that's a little bit more advanced for the time being, annual output 6285. And then if you plug in the energy consumption, like it's defaulting to here, this is, saying a 94% offset. And I'll get into some actual examples here in just a second, like how to do SoCal Edison, but I just wanted to show you address, create project, design, add panels, boom. We have an awesome advanced shading imagery to look at and then tell the customer. And we could even add panels on the north as well, just like that. Click of a button. And now we're at 18 panels. And we are producing 10,325. I do want to show you guys a little bit of a trick. If you do 10,325 kilowatt hours produced divided by the system size, 7.65, that I believe gives you something called like sun hours, 1,349. So a perfect south-facing roof with no shade is likely going to be closer to 1,800. If you have north facing, if you have shade, that number is obviously going to be a lot less. Just, as a comparison here, I'm going to put some panels over here. And bear with me, I like to get a little bit technical. This is producing 6684 kilowatts, and we're going to, 4171. We're going to divide by 2.55. So we get 1,635 sun hours. So that's just a measure of knowing how efficient those panels are based on direction, based on shading. This tool is putting that array at a 95% shading. So
Jonathan, one of the questions we had was, is this free? And why should we be talking about this when we have vision? Like what's the reason why we would want to use this?
yeah, so again, this is free. It's another tool in your tool belt. Vision is pretty good, right? But is vision always going to catch all the shading? Is this design tool like look interest to show the homeowner? Again, you don't want to just have access to one tool. And more specifically, I'm going to show you why this matters for California net metering 3.0 in just a second. But for shading, for production, for a second look at another proposal tool, maybe more can fit. Maybe you want to screenshot this and take a picture of it and upload it to the design team and say, hey, can you match this design? As you become more advanced, when you are a tier 3, this type of stuff matters. If you're new here and you're a tier 1, and this is a lot of information, lean on the tier 3, but I just wanted to show you this amazing tool for open solar. Now I want to get into some examples. And yes, guys, open solar and vision are almost identical most of the time. So this is just another tool in your tool belt. All right, so right here, we have a system in Powur Vision. It's 17 kilowatts, 93% offset. It's producing 24,498, and we have 3 Tesla Powerwall 3s. All right. Now, if we go over to Vision, here you can see I have the exact same system. It's producing a little bit more, 95% instead of 93%. When I hit energy, I did enter the energy per month. And one of the things I love about this is you can hit batteries and you can hit add a battery. So maybe you want to do the Solar Edge battery or the Enphase 5P battery or the Tesla Powerwall 3. So now I have 3 Tesla Powerwalls on this. And I'm going to go ahead and hit online proposal. This is California net metering 3 with Powerwalls specifically for 1 second, okay? Again, 95% offset, Powur Vision is 93%. 3 batteries, 3 batteries. When I scroll down here, the leftover utility bill could be $164 a month. They were paying $763. That's $600 of savings right there. So again, this is California net metering 3, 93% offset with 3 batteries. Yes, you could do more solar, but when you click detailed savings table, it shows you utility bill after solar. 250, 200, 118, 17, 16, 100, 140. This average is 164. And it already knows that there's Edison time of use. We selected the D prime. And the reason I'm showing you this is because, you know, Powur Vision is pretty damn good almost all the time. They're saying $106. That's not bad. I like to be overly transparent with my customers. Guys, this could be $160 a month. There'd be some months that it's more, some months that it's less. But you're not going to be paying $900, $950, $660, $850, $770. Right? So again, this is just another tool to show you the leftover utility bill and a broken down table, especially if you're in California.
And it's nice having like an independent third party opinion on your quotes, right? Because if you're giving quotes to people who are talking to multiple solar consultants, you know, those numbers are, those after solar numbers are going to be all over the place because different modeling tools model that differently. So it's nice to have Vision, you know, or SUNNOVA, and then to use, you know, Open Solar as an independent third party to verify, you know, what you're talking about with the homeowner.
I agree. Even the SUNNOVA post solar bill is going to be another number that's going to be different as well. And so I've been sharing some of this with Matt Gordon, saying, hey, Vision's 100, Open Solar's 160, and SUNNOVA's 180. And again, this is new territory, right? No one's ever done NEM 3 and batteries and load shifting ever before. And in California, guys, I don't promise that we're going to export energy back to earn them credits in those few weeks out of the year when it's $2 a kilowatt hour. The way I like to phrase it is that's going to be a bonus. We are going to export some during those times to earn you some money. That's a bonus. This, Mr. Customer, is like conservative, setting expectations with you that the other company's not going to talk about. And half the time their proposal tools don't even show you this number. They're shady. We're transparent. That's why I'm the professional. And that's what I'm doing in a nutshell, very sophisticated way. Here's another example. 126% offset, 2 Tesla Powerwalls, perfect south facing. Pretty damn nice, right? This was a beautiful lease that I crushed the competition and I'm making $9,000. It's amazing what we can do. And now this is saying leftover utility bill of $4. To me, that's a little bit low. So let's go to Open Solar. 130% offset. Boom, boom, boom. Got my 2 Tesla Powerwalls. You guys already know how this works. We're going to hit online proposal. I'm going to scroll down. All right, Mr. Customer, the bill could be 50 bucks a month, not 524. Other proposal tools will say $5, $10, or $15. I want to set the conservative worst case scenario with you. We are going to have your batteries export to the grid to earn you some money, but I just want to say this could be the leftover utility bill. And if we want to look at the monthly breakdown, 48, 80, 16, 16, 16, 70, 140, 120, 66, 5. And then again, that is because I entered in the monthly consumption numbers and I made sure that they were on SoCal Edison, and it knows that they'll be on time of use D prime net metering 3. This is the easiest tool that it's just so easy to use. All right, I'm gonna kind of keep going here. Here's a smaller
Jonathan,
system. Yes.
Are you customizing any time of use patterns for battery and savings in open solar?
So in batteries, there are like a few different modes. I just let it do self-consumption. And I make sure to enter the monthly energy usage. So based upon this control scheme with the batteries and the monthly usage and all the data that Open Solar has, I believe it then generates its best leftover utility bill down here.
Yeah.
And, you know, you can read into this, right? Like the detailed savings table, the minimum connection fee of $15 a month. They are adding that. Matt Gordon seems to think that that's not applicable in net metering 3. So yeah, all of that is factored in here, but I leave it on the default settings. And again, if we look at the design and I click this array, I can see it's a 97% sun access, only 3% shade, just like Vision does. Let's look at one more. We got 17 panels, 7 kilowatt, 2 Tesla power walls, 113% offset, got a little south, west, south, northwest, changing it up here in California. Pop over to Open Solar. Look how pretty it looks. We got 115% offset, very similar, 113%. And guys, when you get good at this, you can do this in 2 minutes, like 3 minutes, literally. I mean, why not? To be the badass professional and show them another tool and tell them you verified it against one of the coolest tools and you ran the numbers, you want to make sure you're taking care of them. Like, why not? 2 Tesla power walls I added in here. Let's go ahead and click online proposal. I'm going to scroll down. Old bill $298, new bill $47, leftover utility bill. Again, conservatively in California, worst case $47. Some months a little higher, some months a little bit lower. Attend the California Market Development Meeting if you want to understand this more. But this is just a badass tool, again, to check design, fitment, shading, take a screenshot, upload it to Vision. Right here, I can see this array is 89% shade. That's good to know. If you're in Vision and you've applied to be a Vision designer, maybe we can drop the link in the chat for that. You can design your own arrays and enter your own shading. And so how cool would it be to go into Vision and put 11% shading because I checked it in Open Solar that uses this advanced LiDAR shading. And now I'm getting my proposals even more accurate. We had to do this all manually in 2014, 15, guys. So Vision is like, yeah, we all have it so freaking good now. I mean, our design tools were way more manual in 2014. It was like playing video games. But yeah, I just love this. I love this tool. And then, you know, I had another one here. Again, south facing. This is single story. It knew the shading was 84%. Love that. This shading back here, 97%. And then we even have a few north facing, 95%. Got my batteries. Right here, I know my 133% offset. That's a nice number to be at. But check this out, bill reduction annually, 93%. Mr. Customer, with 130 offset and 2 Tesla Powerwalls, my goal is to get rid of 93% of your utility bill. And other companies probably didn't show you this, but I want to be conservative and set expectations and let you know that your bill is going to go from $449 to $33 a month. And the reason for that is because some months you're going to owe 16 bucks, 60 bucks, 18 bucks. And that is how I demonstrate California batteries and designing and shading on Zoom within a few minutes. And I just really think I differentiate myself and I'm transparent. And I'm telling you, a lot of companies are not doing this right now. They're not. Some proposal tools don't even have a leftover utility bill. They're just saying, sign up for this $350 lease, Mr. Customer, sign here, and that's it. So that's really what I wanted to share with you today. I just really, again, I'm passionate about this tool. Yes, Vision's amazing. It'll serve you most of the time. You don't ever have to do this, but we're professionals. If you want to see shading, if you want another design tool, if you want to look at net metering 3 California battery advanced conservative estimates, it's the shit. You do it in 3 minutes. It's freaking awesome. So let's go ahead and pause here. I know we covered a lot of ground today. Let's see if there's any questions that we have on this. Someone said, how much is the payment there? So we weren't really covering lease or loan or cash payments. That wasn't the goal today. The goal was really to show you another proposal design tool with shading and production and design and how much a leftover utility bill could be in California with net metering 3. You'll have to attend the California market call to see more numbers, but I mean, I guess I could share one with you real quick.
Hey, really quick. I just want to jump in there for a second. Great demonstration, Jonathan.
There he is.
I'm here. I've been here. What's up, Solar Warriors? No, just a little late for that one. Sorry. Hey, I just want to say, this isn't for everyone, right? This is a little bit more advanced, higher level. Like for some of you guys, just keep it simple, right? Use Vision. Vision works great. If you're going to run a SUNNOVA proposal, they're going to audit it. The numbers are also going to come back after they, design the system. This is definitely an advanced tool. It is another tool belt, but not everybody got, don't let this confuse you or cause, paralysis. Oh, I don't understand how to use this now. Like I've sold hundreds of deals just using Vision. So I just want to throw that out there. You know what I mean? Not everyone has to, and don't feel intimidated. Work with your leadership. But it is a great tool. I absolutely love the fact that it breaks it down month by month for that post solar bill. That is something that Vision does not do. It gives you like an average, but that is competitive advantage right there. Hopefully Vision could incorporate that one day.
Yeah. If you're selling in California, what Jonathan was just talking about with having an after solar utility bill comparison with an independent third-party tool is really helpful. But I know that a lot of you on here are not selling in California or haven't sold there yet. With that, in that case, just having another source of data for, irradiance and shade information is helpful too, because you've got, a free tool that has LiDAR data, which is the most accurate way to measure shade probably.
Yes. Yeah, and thank you both for those reminders. Very important. And for the gentleman that asked, or the lady that asked for the numbers, for one of those examples, I put it in the chat. This is also my template that I use. So if you want to copy and paste this, here you go. Thank you so much for your time today. 11.9 solar, 28 panels, 2 Tesla Powerwall, 126% estimate. Currently, you average 500 to Edison. 25-year lease, $345 a month, no escalator, or $270 a month with 2.9 escalator. And guys, this is me making $8,400. It's insane. I think it's more actually. Cash discount, same system, $57K, tax credit, possible battery rebates, and my 8.99 loan, $358 starting. I covered all this in a Zoom call for an hour with the customer, and then I send the PDF or the SUNNOVA agreement. And
Jonathan, I still have a copy of a version of this as a canned response in my Gmail.
You still use it?
You know what? I don't anymore, because I was taking all this time detailing all the numbers. I wasn't getting anything back. So now I just send them the vision proposal. But no, I still have it though. I was like, yeah.
Two schools of thought. Some guys type a few sentences and attach the PDF. I like to have some of the numbers right there. And I'm just selling a lot of Jinko and Tesla Powerwall recently. So it's kind of easy to generate. So to each
One of the other things you can do, rather than sending all that information at once as a follow-up, is to drip it out, because sometimes people don't respond to you after you share that, even if you have a follow-up appointment booked with them. So you can just kind of use all that information to just drip out information to them as a follow-up over time.
Drip, drip, drip.
Drip, drip, drip.
I think we need a vision proposal training next few weeks here. Adders, design, manual design.
Adders, what are those?
No, those are a thing of the past with Cogs Plus. All right, guys, any questions on the shading, open solar, design, production, batteries, NEM 3 leftover utility bill, broken down by month? Anything at all, feel free to ask. And then in a minute, we'll just go to open Q&A for any topics as well.
I'll ask a question that all the new people want to ask. For Jonathan, for Jarrett, where are you getting your leads?
Referrals, social media.
Not buying leads.
Tier ones. Yeah, we don't buy them. I've never bought leads, never will buy leads. I saw somebody ask in I think it was Pioneers or Solar Pros page. They were like, best online lead source, paid lead source, and go.
I split it too.
And Spencer's great. He had the best comment. He said, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't buy leads. Do not buy leads, especially if you're brand new.
It's not don't do it. It's just let that be like one of the last things in your arsenal, and just make sure that you put more time into generating your own, because they're going to close at a higher rate. So warm leads just close at a much, much, much higher rate. So if you're going to put your energy somewhere and everywhere, it's not just cold leads. It has to be your warm leads where you put 80% of your energy.
Yeah, I don't know. I would disagree. Like, online leads are trash. They are, right? You really have to be a pro. Know that if they're online leads, the competition is so great on these that it's a race to the bottom on a lot of them. You really have to be a professional, know what you're doing. You need to have systems in place, follow-ups in place. You have to have upfront capital or some kind of deal worked out. It's especially for someone that's not experienced. I mean, listen, when I first got in here, I was like, oh yeah, 2019. I was like, oh, I just pay for some leads. I'll close the deals. I'll make more than what I paid and I'll scale it out. It's not like that. Most people can speak to that. Yeah, Christopher Perez said you can run your own. It'd be a lot cheaper if you do want to do online leads. But you guys, for years, we've been pounding it. Social media, ambassadors, referrals, events. Go out there and hustle. Door knock. Good old fashioned, but yeah, if some dude whose name you can't pronounce hits you up on one of your messengers and says, could you handle an additional 30 solar appointments or sales this month? Block, delete. Do not do it.
I just given
BNI,
Larry
thank you.
McKinney's phone number.
I think Owen has his phone up, his hand up and his phone up. What's up, Owen? Then we'll do Matthew.
Hey, I will say I do lead generation, and I think most people don't realize how much work it is. So just be prepared for a shit ton of work and a lot of no's. But other note, tomorrow, 3 o'clock, we have Stuart from Tesla on our call at 3 o'clock. You should be on it. It's about Tesla. It's about the new meter colors and SoCal Edison. There's been a lot of questions about it. As you saw, there's also some shortage issues of Teslas because they're kicking so much ass. But yeah, tomorrow we're going to go into specifics of it, kind of get geeky and dorky, what to expect, when you can't use meter color, when you can. These are all really important things. I don't care about Cogs Plus. I love Cogs Plus. But guess what? If you don't sell your battery correctly and don't know how to sell it, it's going to come out of your pocket. So please attend that meeting tomorrow.
Thank you.
Owen.
Great reminder, guys. Selling a clean deal, being knowledgeable. I mean, now it's on us with Cogs Plus. And Jonathan Budd did post about the power walls. So some of the jobs are getting pushed back a week, 2 weeks, or 3 weeks, but we should be getting more inventory within the next week or two. Attend California Market Development Call for more information, especially that SoCal meter caller approved. Damn, that's amazing if you sell in SoCal Edison.
It is. That's incredible. And how about that new 13.7 kilowatt hour stackable? So you don't even need an additional. You don't need to buy all the inverter and extra parts. It just goes right on top of it. The cost is insane. Like Jay Bud said, 27 kilowatt hours as the same price of what 10 kilowatt hours was a year ago with Enphase or Solar Edge.
How about no cancel fees anymore? What the heck? Crazy.
I didn't even know we had fees on cancels. I've never had any.
What's a cancel? What's a cancellation?
Let's move to the man with the best hair in the call, Matthew Tiffany.
Oh, thank you, brother. Hey, I was just curious if anyone has experienced this error in Vision when you try to request a proposal and just get a, let's see, what's the error saying? It just say I'm getting this error that says something went wrong and it's not generating a proposal for me. Curious if anyone's come across that and has a fix on it.
Send me a screenshot. At what stage are you getting that error?
Like when I request the proposal.
I had
Like
that
the
issue.
final click.
I had that issue, went back and forth with them, and sometimes it's the browser you're using. So I went to Microsoft Edge, and I haven't had the problem since.
You have the kilowatt hours in the kilowatt hour field.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Use Chromecast.
I'm sorry, Chrome, not Chrome.
I was like,
Yeah, well, it's weird because I
like
mean, I always use
2017, he's streaming with his
Chromecast,
Chromecast.
yeah. Do I need to ask Jeeves?
Send me. Wow. Send me a screenshot, Matt. I can't. If it's power.com, we can send it to sales support.
Yeah, I put in a ticket. I just wasn't sure if anyone had come across that and maybe had a simple fix. I'll probably just try to put in a new lead and do that again.
Try Chromecast. I mean,
what's the error saying?
I mean, I always use Chrome, and it's only on this customer that this is happening. So, all right, I'll work it out.
Sounds good.
Yeah, I've used Chrome. I've never seen that. I always use Chrome, even though I'm on a Mac, but I've never seen that issue. I only see it on the requesting SUNNOVA. I've had that come up where it says they have an error, they're not matching production, and they can't produce the proposal. But then I learned that you could go into Catalyst and just go do it yourself. So I'm not really, it sounded like they were having some calculation issues, but I have seen that with SUNNOVA. I don't know if anybody else has seen that with SUNNOVA.
I have no issues personally.
Yeah, I don't have issues. Feel free to tag a tier 3. Get it done.
Text me. All right.
Any
yeah,
other questions? We got a couple minutes before we
Yeah,
wrap this up.
I'll say, so I asked Shannon and the tech team if there was, this was in Orlando. I asked them, is there a preferred browser that we should be using? That are, is friendly with, the platform and vision, and they said not really, that they don't have a preferred browser anymore. So I've always used Chrome, and if something isn't working, if I usually just update Chrome, then it resolves itself.
Yeah. And you guys, the dev team that puts this technology together, this is all in-house. You got to give them some leeway sometimes. It works 95% of the time, maybe 98% of the time. Sometimes there's a glitch, sometimes there's a little bug. It gets resolved. It's freaking fantastic. The ability to run proposal after proposal after proposal with pretty good accuracy, and instant. You guys, you know how blessed. Did you hear about old man Jonathan Bernasso back in the day having to pull out grid sheets, right? And a calculator, and going out there and seeing where the sun, tracking it just to get a shade report. Now we press a button and you get it within like 5 minutes. It's impressive.
You don't even want to know what Tom was doing 15 years ago. I mean, that
I was just thinking how I didn't want to tell that story since we're 6 minutes over.
abacus back then. Is that where you slide?
Yeah.
Solar Pathfinder, where you color it on a piece of paper. There's a globe on it.
Ed light.
Oh my God.
City folks, Ed light, baby.
He followed a sundial around.
Well, you have to go to Stonehenge first. And you make a map. And you take that up on the roof. It's rough.
Roof.
What other questions do we have, guys? Any topics are welcome. You got a minute or two. Feel free. Don't be shy.
Hey, Jonathan, I got a question for you. I noticed that you go more with I think it was the Jenko 425s. What inspires you to go that direction compared to like Q cells and stuff?
35 cents a watt.
Okay.
Yeah, Jarrett kind of nailed it. At 425 watt, we have a high watt panel. You have black on black, Jinko Eagle. Some of the production's made in Florida, not all of it. And the price point is just killer. And so for those reasons, I just was finding that some of my clients, even my high affluent clients, are just like, I'll save $1,000, $2,000. Yeah, give me the Jinko. Like, I don't need the REC. I still like to, mention it or pivot as necessary, but I definitely am leaning into that with the price point. Better price for the homeowner, better compensation for us. And, if it's under a Power Care warranty or a SUNNOVA lease.
That right there, you kind of nail it there. And the technology on panels have gotten so good. Really, the small little differences, unless you're using it as a selling point to try to get over the edge. Oh, this is why I'm better because of degradation, this and that. At the end of the day, 425 watts, black on black, American made, or like Jonathan said, partially assembled in Florida. 30-year warranty with Power Care, 25-year warranty with SUNNOVA and production guarantee. It's like, why spend the extra? I mean, you can, unless you're just trying to get a competitive advantage.
James, question.
Yeah, hi everybody. Another great session. Two questions. When we buy the WeFunder stock, that gets added to the stock that we bought a couple of years ago, correct?
If you have a WeFunder account, yes.
Did you do the WeFunder prior?
I did whatever. Remember, I think it was 2 years ago, they were offering the initial IPO, well, the initial pre-IPO offer.
Yes. Yeah, so just as a
mm.
heads up, those shares were purchased at $9 and change.
Mm.
So that only for that WeFunder were those shares locked in at that dollar amount.
Oh,
That-
I see.
Those will remain the same. This new
I see.
WeFunder raise, you will be able to get them at $3.80 and change.
Oh, that's great.
My understanding is for all of us that have been issued shares from our teammates, our first install or things like that, that those shares, my understanding, don't quote me, is that those shares should be retro to the $3.80 some cents and change. That's my understanding.
Mm, I see. And the other question is, with the open solar, can you use that for commercial?
That I don't know. You'd have to dig into that more. I know there's other tools for commercial, like Watt Hub and Energy Toolbase, but maybe reach out to Jarrett for more information.
Okay, and we could just what, download open solar?
Go to the website, do it all online.
Great. Thanks, Jonathan.
Thanks, James. Tammy, Arizona, what's going on?
Hello. You were talking about the Jinkos, and I found an article that confirmed it does qualify for the American tax credit. And I looked for a good explanation of that additional 10% that they can get. Does anybody have a link for a good explanation for the additional 10% if you got American-made panels?
I don't, can a homeowner benefit from that at this time? I understand is the lease program. Tom, do you know?
My understanding is it's commercial, so it needs to be on the lease side of things, so TPO.
That's what I thought.
You're not aware of a residential additional amount?
No, I'm not aware.
Not
Hey
for-
guys,
that
I am sure. I'm sure
I
it's not.
Are you sure? Because I feel like on the IRS website it says it is.
I think it is, yeah.
It is only commercial.
Let's circle back on that. I'm leaning towards commercial only, not
It
residential.
is only commercial. I'm just telling you. Confirm it.
Thank you, John. And guys, with solar tax form 5695 at the end of the day, that's going to be what they're going to fill out. And so I do not think it's residential.
Yeah, so got
You can always Google it, come up with a different
I've
answer.
spent an hour and a half on it trying to find a good link on it. So I just thought maybe somebody had done that, So
Yeah, if you spent an hour and a half looking for it, didn't find it, it's probably not there. It probably would have came up right away.
It's called the 48E program. I'll drop it in the chat here. I don't know if they're going to keep the open here, where it's just you type in the address. It's a low income opportunity tax credit.
ChatGPT.
ChatGPT, residential is
Not eligible.
Gotta love ChatGPT.
Yeah, if you look in a lot of the solar groups online, they're talking about it as it's residential, but it's being misrepresented as far as I can see.
That's so surprising. Those solar bros are just so ethical and always buttoned up, Tom. That's so weird.
So weird how that happens.
So weird. I heard you can get a tax credit deducting your solar as a business because you're in a business with the utility, and not just get the tax credit, but deduct it as well. These solar tax pros out there are doing it based on their lawyers.
Yeah, you can depreciate your system on your home because you're in a net metering program. No.
All bonus, bogus. Kelsa, Sia, and Goodleap Julia, VP of Public Affairs, have all told us that is BS. Larry nailed it. All right, y'all. I think it's about that time. Let's get to work. Let's have a killer week. October 1st already. Q4 is upon us. Let's end the year strong. We got tons of events and trainings right now, all the tools. Let's go collect electric bills and tell people they can make money in solar. That's all.
Let's go. All right, you guys.
Have a great one.
Bye, everybody.
Thanks, everybody.